Which countries require the GRE score?
Predominantly, it is the US that requires you to take GRE, but most of the top universities in different countries would like it if you could take GRE. Germany, Singapore, Canada, all these are countries which have really good universities that require you to take GRE if you want to get into them.
Are there universities that do not need the GRE score?
Okay, getting into schools in the US without GRE is a common question that we get asked. The truthful answer would be yes, there are schools that accept your application without GRE, but the bigger question is, do you want to get into them? These are usually schools that are not really high up in the ranking order, and your future will be suspect if you are getting into such schools. There are, however, some really good courses in some universities that genuinely do not require GRE, but the thumb rule is, if you want to get into a good university, you'd have to have a good score in the GRE. If you want to get into a university without a GRE, it means that you're putting your future into question.
What are the benefits of taking the GRE test?
Taking the GRE will confer you with all sorts of benefits. One of the best things is that even if the course does not require GRE, and if you do have a GRE score, your application will be given preference because you'll come across as a candidate who's willing to go that extra mile. And if you have a really good GRE score, and if you want to shift into another course which requires GRE later on, that will be an option that is open to you. And remember, your GRE scores are valid for 5 years, so you could use them at any point. So definitely that would be an advantage.
Do I need to learn 4,000 words to excel in the verbal section?
How many words do you learn for GRE? Please remember, English has about 5 million words, and if you want to really be prepared for GRE, learn all the 5 million. And it's not just learning, you should be able to use them. But otherwise, a person who has a fantastic grasp over 600 or 700 words often ends up getting a higher score than a person who's taken time to mug up 4,000 words. So it's not always about learning words, it's about how well you know that particular word and how well you're able to use that. Remember, there's not even a single question in GRE which will ask you to tell the meaning or identify the antonym. It's all about word use, not about words and meanings.
I'm not good at math. I failed M1 twice. Can I do well in the quantitative section?
Let's get this in order and let's probably get this settled. A lot of medical science courses, biology related courses also require candidates to take GRE, which automatically means that they're looking at a base level maths understanding, which means that the maths would be till the level that you've studied in 10th class. So if you're familiar with the basic percentage problems, if you can calculate the area of a square or a rectangle, and if you know what coordinate geometry is, that's all the maths that you need for GRE. GRE is not going to test you on differential calculus or anything of that sort. Maths is very, very, very easy. It's more of how you can apply what you've learned rather than how many formulae you know. So yes, maths is a cakewalk.
Is analytical writing assessment important?
The analytical writing assessment section of the GRE is one of the most ignored and the most undermarketed of sections. But what you must know is the score that you get in analytical writing can actually spell the difference between you getting into a top university and not getting into them. In fact, most of the Indian students are bogged down by the lack of a good score in analytical writing. For instance, MIT and Harvard require you to have at least a 4.5 out of 6 in AWA before they can even consider accepting your application. So yes, analytical writing assessment is very, very important.